Hello and welcome to my Zenless Zone Zero stream. We are going to be doing the main story mode, the new story of this this chapter, this season. So we're not going to mess around too much before we get into it, but we are going to hang around for my friends to come on stream. I'll just do the daily stuff of opening the shop and that. I do like the little bang boos, they're kind of cute. Go wake up my favourite little doggo. Oh, hello Howl. Give me them bones.
Greetings. What can I get for you?
I like the animations and everything, but once you've seen them enough times, they're kind of just the same. Can I get a bowl of noodles?
You name it, I make it.
A bowl of noodles? I'm not going to skip this one though, because the noodles are pretty nice looking. But I've just eaten, but they still look really cool. Oh, look at that. Could just eat that. I have just eaten, but I could still eat it.
No challenge is too great with a full stomach.
I think that's just called being fat, isn't it? Noticeably FAT. There it is. I'll just do a couple of these while I'm waiting for my friend. What do I want? Maybe a couple of these. Or maybe one of these and some money. Boom.
You're done. Huh? Hey. There's no time to lose. Scatter.
Fucking the Abby just absolutely shreds.
My blade is already sheathed. Surrender.
And then we'll get some Denny's. Give me those Denny's. Man over here feeling like Nicole, broke as fuck. Wanting these Denny's. Nah, I could never be Nicole. She's too kind. She's quite literally that broke because she donates some money to an orphanage.
My blade is already come at me.
I'm not gonna lie though, this game sounds a lot louder with the headphones on. Or at least, I sound like I'm being a lot louder with the headphones on. Right, so new Eridu fund, claim all of them. Ooh, for delivery cat wars. Claim that. Into K-Not. Oh, Pulchra's probation period. A fairy friend has come to visit. Let's go say hi. Fair enough. Claim all of that. Quickly go. That's the wrong one. Dumbass. So 44 tips. Hello there, James Enix. Welcome to the stream. 44 tips. So that's good. Delivery cat words. What's that all about? Current mission Caesar's commission. Next mission Lucy's commission. I don't know if I have to do them on the daily order. No, you don't normally. It's normally it'll all stack up and you can do them all at once like the others. So if I do that one, I can get Pulchra as a person and I can do all of them. Clear 12 floors in Endless Symphony of Dreams. Is that a new battle simulator thing? Ah, interesting. I love the fact that that one was called 3-inch Ambition. Right, so we're going to just get back into the story now. Now that you're on, I know you can't stay too late tonight, so I'll try and blast through the story for you. Just rehydrating. When I say blast through the story, I'm not skipping any of the dialogue though, because the dialogue's what makes it. Master, it's this direction. If we enter the hollow from here, we should be able to track him down. By the way, about your sibling. Yeah, don't worry about Wise. Wise has gone, it's just me and you, Daddy Lycon. That's good to hear. Worry not, I'll ensure your safety at all times within the hollow. We were best partners after all, that won't change. Master Proxy, if you're ready, let's enter the hollow now. Again, I know that was nothing like Lycon's voice. I can't do Lycon's voice, it's too unique for me. Somebody stop that vampire thing.
As I thought, Hugo really is here. When we were still working together, we would often choose routes that were difficult to attack, yet easy to defend.
Ooh, I've got the distinguished butler boo helping me.
Master Proxy, the layout of the port is complex. Ethereals may jump out from any corner.
You mean like this one here?
Do be extra careful.
Do be extra careful. Oh, we doobie 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 doo.
There's so many ethereals, but they don't seem to faze him at all.
That's because it's Master Lycon. Nothing phases Daddy Lycon.
Though I am loath to...
Bahamut.
Goodbye, my friends.
Pay his...
I realised I'd skip the dialogue. Master Proxy, the container console here has been destroyed by Hugo Boss. He really went to great lengths to block our path. But don't worry, once we find a specific control console, we'll be able to repair it. Oh, I'm Belle. I want it to be Master Lycon. Bell's a gremlin. Master Proxy. Taking care of his container console will allow us to proceed forward. Let's repair it quickly. Ipes. Easy, easy, easy. That was the easiest dub I've ever had in this game. Let's go. Ah, I could have probably used that.
Or you'll get hurt.
I'm not going to let you have your way. Master Proxy. That's one of Hugo's
Oh,
weapons.
shit.
Make sure to avoid it. It
Just
may
been
look like a
watching
coin,
Classified
but it's
Man on
actually a
YouTube.
dart.
It's a visual novel that looks like a dating sim, but it's a rejection sim. Kind of messed up, but
He
has some
carries
funny
around a
dialect.
briefcase filled with all sorts of weapons. Quite the hassle to do. He's extremely familiar with this place. Master Proxy, dragging this out will only be to our disadvantage. Let's proceed through here post-haste.
Post haste.
Time to hunt.
I don't know if these
Stay calm now.
enemies
The
are really
mechanism here
strong,
isn't damaged. It's
or
still
whether it's
functioning
just give
normally.
me a Lycon that's not as strong as the one I've got. Because my Lycon can usually just breeze through enemies.
Something's not right. It feels too easy, almost as if he let us through on purpose.
Whoa, I got a bad feeling about this. It's a trap. Quick chat spam, it's a trap. Hola, soy Dora. Can you say it's a trap?
Stand still. Stay calm now.
What are? Ugh, we played right into his hands. He's taken the opportunity to run off again. Is this a thief's escape ability? You're right. These are skills honed by countless practical experiences. He's very good at this. If I'm not mistaken, the direction Hugo just escaped to should be the area above where we first entered the hollow. Master Proxy, let's hurry and catch up. I'm just going to rehydrate. I haven't really had much to drink today, so
You wouldn't normally stay idle.
feeling drier than usual.
This must be
Just
the right
having
way.
my sneak energy drink.
Not to worry, Master Proxy.
Well, energy powder, mix it with water.
We'll be able to catch up to him soon.
It's healthier than normal energy drink. Master Proxy, repair this console as you did before. Hugo hasn't gone far yet.
It should be this way.
Ooh, heavily armoured figures.
Are they from the auction? No, they shouldn't be able to track.
It's
Hugo
like
here.
something out of Mean Girls,
They're
but
likely just hollow raiders.
with drug references and adult themes. Sounds good.
Back then, Hugo would typically retreat into a hollow after securing the goods. And as his partner, I'd be responsible for leading the pursuers astray. I'm not sure if he has a partner now, or who they might be if he does.
Well, Phantom Thieves usually have partners, right? He must have recruited a new one.
Yeah, not everyone can be an all-earned wolf like you,
True.
Lycon.
That could make things trickier, as he may have passed the core to his partner. Regardless, Master
The old
Foxy,
bait and
let's
switch.
steer clear of those hollow raiders for now.
The old bait and switch is a classic fucking technique. One of you runs off, they don't see you pass it into your partner who's hid in an alleyway, and they keep running, you're chasing them, and they're all away, like halfway
Although
across the
I'm
globe.
confident in my ability to defeat them, a clash here might delay us and jeopardize your safety.
Ah, don't worry about Belle, she's a
Our
gremlin,
main
she can
focus
handle
now is
herself.
locating Hugo and retrieving the gem.
Belle the gremlin with psychic abilities developing.
Clear out! Evade, now! Be gone! Stand still.
I love that little spin dash attack thing he does. Kinda
He should be
reminds me
nearby.
of Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm surprised there's been no like weird little chests hiding about. Normally in these story missions there's like little chests hidden. Well, this is a boss area if I've ever seen one. Or not. Oh no, yeah. I was right. Briefcase ours.
Long time no see, traitor.
Oh,
It was you who broke the oath, not me.
You haven't changed, pompous and self-righteous.
oh, that is cool. I mean, I knew his briefcase turned into a weapon, but that is fucking cool.
You're beyond reason.
I'm not gonna lie, I might have to save for Hugo. Mate, that was so risky, Belle. You absolute gremlin. She
Are
could have
you
been
all right, Mr.
decaffeinated
Foxy?
right there.
Any injuries?
I'm fine. I just forgot I wasn't EO. I thought your attacks would just go over my head. I'm not used to being this tall, I guess.
Rest assured, manager, my blade has always been steady. I'll never point my weapon at my allies, especially not you. As for that oath, he has no sense of control in the heat of battle, even turning on his own comrades.
Apparently, the voice actor for Hugo also voices Joker in Persona 5. Oh, I thought she was going to die. Yeah, me too. Well, technically, I thought that was going to be where her powers, like, fully activated. Kind of like X-Men with Colossus. He got his powers when a runaway tractor lost control and was heading towards his sister, I think it was, or his cousin or something. He jumped in front and that's when he turned to steel.
I'd thank you not to spread lies.
What? Are you denying it? I merely spoke the truth, didn't I?
Yeah, I know quite a lot about the X-Men, to be fair. Bit of a nerd. Oh no, Hollow Raiders. Yeah, he saved his... I'm sure it was his sister.
But it seems we struck gold in the end.
It was a runaway tractor that was like heading straight towards her, and he jumps in front, and his mutant ability activates, and his skin turns to steel. Because that's Colossus's mutant ability.
If you value your lives, you better hand over all your etheric resources and any other valuables you've got.
Mate, these Hollow Raiders are so stupid.
I have no conflict with you, gentlemen. I'm here for personal reasons, not to mine ether resources.
Cut the crap. It's been a rough day, and we need something to make it right.
We need something to make it right. We're about to get
Whatever
wolfed.
your business is, pay your dough or bite the dust.
You're gonna be biting a pillow, mate.
Pay our dough. This is the Hollow. You're not claiming this Hollow as your own, are you? Not even the current mayor of New Eridu would dare to make that assertion.
Hugo sounds dignified, but also kind of intimidating as fuck.
Am I correct, Mr. Mayflower Watchdog?
You sure have a mouth on you, pretty boy.
Pretty boy. Why don't you come over here, pretty boy?
Don't push it. We've buried idiots like you in the Hollow before, and soon you'll be joining them.
Ooh.
I'd urge you to reconsider.
Huh?
Unfortunately, your kind advice has come too late. They've already worn my patience thin.
Hugo swiftly deals with the Hollow Raiders.
Oh, help me!
Scared? Then perhaps you should think twice before you act.
No, no, no. You have to say, Daddy, stop.
You've made your bed. Now lie in it.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. Please have mercy.
Daddy, stop.
Spare us! We won't do it again!
Are you quite done blowing off steam? Don't kill them. I'll hand them over to public security once we're out of...
Who do you think you are to tell me what to do? They weren't planning to show you any mercy, yet you forgive them so easily. You haven't changed at all over the years, Lycon. To hell with you and your foolish fantasies
I think
of
they
being
used
some
up the budget on that
almighty
cutscene,
savior.
so we started writing dialogue that Hugo deals with the Hollow Raiders. To be fair, they've done it before. I think it's more to keep it more towards the PG end of things than like giving it a higher age rating, because we all know Hugo would do horrible things to these people.
Haven't you learned your lesson from what happened with your eye and legs?
My principles remain unshaken. No one has the right to take another's life.
Now that there makes me curious as to what actually did happen to him, and I wonder if we'll learn.
Punishment. Do you know how many lives they've taken? I'm merely delivering the justice the world needs.
Ah, he's one of those.
It is not our place to pass judgment. I know I will not sway you. There's no point in continuing.
Yeah, I've
this
seen a
argument.
few cutscenes with Police Girl and the Blue Demon Girl. Yeah, it sometimes does that. I think it's also to cut down on unnecessary things, like unnecessary parts of a cutscene, because him dealing with them wouldn't be that interesting.
I will stop you. I always will.
Go ahead and try.
He probably just bonked them on the head with his briefcase,
I will defeat you.
aka the
I
scythe.
always will. Be prepared to kneel before me, traitor.
Daddy, please.
Talk too much.
I'm not gonna lie, this guy's
Do you two have
kind
to
of
do
fast.
this now?
My apologies, dear manager, but I'm itching to teach
Fucking
him a
counter-attacking me.
Shut up.
Mercy. Is that all?
Amateurs.
Ah, he gives in. What a pussy. He's going to be one of the new agents you can get, and I guarantee he's going to be stronger than that battle was. What you doing, Wolf Daddy? After Hugo leaves, Lycon goes silent, as if lost in his memories.
Worry not. Mastery of my skills will come in time. But there's something more important I would like to teach you. Something about faith.
Oh, Lycon looks like a little twink there.
Does a phantom thief even need faith?
Of course. What else would we fight for?
Huh.
For wealth, fame, and power to stand at the top, so nothing and no one can imprison us.
I mean, Hugo's got a good point.
Isn't that what everyone desires? Or perhaps by faith, do you mean something asinine and empty, like justice, dreams, or friendship? Hilarious. Grow up, Lycon. It's time to let go of your naive fantasies of being some almighty savior.
You just don't get it.
You just don't get it. I'm an edgy wolf guy.
All right, enough squabbling. What I'm trying to teach you is very simple. I may not walk the path of justice, but I do not walk the path of evil.
Ah, he's a great Jedi.
There's too much injustice in this world, and there are times when it becomes necessary to right those wrongs with unconventional methods. Taking lives, however, is out of the question. Life is a precious gift, one that nobody has the right to steal. No one should have the authority to judge whether another lives or dies. Keep that in mind.
I will.
Hugo's like, yeah, right, whatever,
You don't seem
dickhead.
convinced, Hugo.
As you mentioned, this world is unjust. That's why we must strive to bring fairness to this world. Those who cause harm should face consequences, just as those who take lives should. But not all lives hold the same value. Sometimes, you may need to eliminate one if it means saving more.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of agreeing with Hugo here.
You're too proud. Your pride may lead you astray.
I have my own path and beliefs, Jack. I'll determine for myself what's fair and unfair.
Hey, watch your mouth. If it weren't for Jack, you'd be dead already.
Yeah, don't whack for Jack.
You're a smart kid, Hugo. Skilled too. You could easily take the life of a sinner. However, what if one day you found out you were wrong? What if that so-called sinner were innocent? Could you bring them back to life?
I wouldn't make that mistake.
To err is human. Everyone is bound to make mistakes.
In all fairness, he doesn't look human.
It's good you are open with your thoughts. I just don't want your troubled past to weigh you down.
Ooh,
Because your
troubled
hatred
past.
doesn't define you. It only eats away at you.
Hatred is a path to the dark side.
What's wrong, Lycon? You've been quiet for a while now.
Lycon's been quiet for a while and Belle's just been staring at him like a gremlin.
My apologies, Master Proxy. I was just reminded of some past memories. Before Hugo and I founded Mockingbird, we had a mentor, Jack.
And I helped Jack off a horse.
He took us under his wing when we were in dire straits, imparting his skills and life lessons. But Hugo didn't agree with his viewpoints. Perhaps our paths were always fated to diverge.
What's caused your split with Hugo?
Okay, I'll admit. I've been itching to ask. Why'd you two split up?
I love how it puts the question bubble up, and when you press it, sometimes like she does not say anything remotely close to what you've clicked.
Mockingbird, faced numerous triumphs, but also setbacks. And one of them was a disastrous one.
Was it Hugo killing someone?
Hugo. You...
I mean, it looks like he's killed someone.
Was this you? All this?
So what if it was?
I mean, that's almost definitely blood in the background, not red wine splattered over there.
Gone crazy? Have you been planning this all along? You'd bury all these lives in the name of vengeance?
They deserve to die. Especially my so-called father. I should have killed him a long time ago. A really long time ago.
So it's a fan of patricide then.
You know what, Lycon? There's some people whose only purpose in life is to bring more suffering into this world. Sometimes murder is what brings justice back into this world. And for that, I must stain these hands in blood.
Enough! I can't trust anything you say anymore. I'm leaving Mockingbird, now!
Where are you going?
Anywhere. Someone from the Mayflowers got in touch with me before.
Are you mad? You know what those hypocrites in city administration are like. They're no different from tops. We fought them together all this time, and now you're leaving to serve as their lapdog.
Haha, lapdog. I get it, because he's a wolf.
Are you going to turn your back on Mockingbird? Turn your back on me?
The mayor is different from the others. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to even try convincing you. As your friend, I'll give you one last piece of advice. Please, stop here. Otherwise, the day will come where your hatred and ambition will consume you.
And you will become a Dark Lord of the Sith. Rise, young Hugo, and claim your place next
My
to
apologies,
me
Master Proxy, that you had to hear such an unpleasant tale.
as master and apprentice.
Hugo came from a powerful family, and his relationship with them was always strained, especially with his own father. So much so that Hugo wanted to personally put an end to him. After shouldering a mountain of injustice, Hugo ran away from home. That's when Jack and I met him. And that setback that Mockingbird suffered turned out to be intimately connected to his family. I had thought it was just a normal mission, when in fact he was plotting revenge. He took advantage of me and everyone else there.
Sounds almost sexual.
I do not mean to pass judgment on him and his decision, but I refuse to accept a partner who is willing to trample over other people's lives for their own desires.
Yeah, that's a bit of dick
Perhaps
move.
his family left a mark on him that continues to influence him to this day. In any case, Hugo still has the sacrifice core. We should contact the mayor to plan our next moves.
Call goes through immediately.
A pleasure to speak with you again. Lycon has already filled me in on Mockingbird stealing the sacrifice core. I'll deal with it.
Mr. Mayor?
Anything else we can do to help? I mean, we didn't manage to complete our mission.
No. You've done well. It's just not appropriate for you to get involved in what's to come.
We've been through far more dangerous situations. Plus, we've dealt with Mr. Mockingbird before. So maybe we could help you.
Really, I appreciate your kindness. It's just... Very well. Seeing as you're all people I know I can trust, I'm going to be frank.
Why don't you be Howard?
Not long ago, I received a letter declaring criminal intent.
Who the fuck sends a letter declaring criminal intent?
Sir.
I know you don't want to place them in danger. I feel the same way. However, I believe they deserve to know the truth.
Can I be Belle, if you want to be?
That letter threatened to use a sacrifice to take vengeance against the entire city of New Eridu.
What do you mean by vengeance?
I believe the person, or the organization, who sent the letter is planning to use the sacrifice to mount a large-scale attack against the city. Everything we've uncovered so far seems to support this hypothesis. As you know, the sacrifice's true power is a mystery and cannot be controlled. If anyone attempts to use it as a weapon...
I was going to say you'd be Bell and I'd be Wise, but I'm definitely not tall enough to be Wise.
This is no small issue. If this gets out, it'll send the public into a panic. Please promise me you'll keep things confidential.
Oh yes, Confidential is my middle name. Right after Not Very.
Then let us help out. We can do our part too.
But, it's like I said before, it'll be too dangerous for you. Whichever way you look at it, you're still citizens of New Eridu, and as mayor, it's my duty to protect you.
Bell's such an optimistic little gremlin.
Plus, Carol would be furious with me if I put you in danger. If she were still around.
Why'd you say that name?
Anyway, I'm not at liberty to discuss this matter any further. Please rest assured that we will handle things properly as the administrative authority of New Eridu.
This Carol was probably secretly experimenting on Bell and Wise.
That's right. Master Proxy, please trust us.
So that'll be all for today. Goodbye for now.
Ta-ta for now. Ah, VC, you are here. Bell, although the Mayor and Lycon seem reluctant to let us get involved in this matter, we can investigate on our own. That's right. If the warning letter is true, this is a major issue concerning the safety of New Eridu. Sacrifice, Exaltist's bringer, there might be a deeper secret behind all of this, and it could even be related to our teacher. No matter what, we can't just sit back and do nothing. But before that, let's find some time to discuss our tactics properly. But for now, let's call it a day. Feels like too much has happened. Pussio. By the way, did you notice that Hugo's mockingbird disguise is just a mask? Yes. We all noticed that. He's doing the whole Superman Clark Kent thing with just glasses. Nah. What the... Sounds like a certain classic character's glasses. Oh my god, I promise you I have not played this before. I am completely new to this. What the fuck? Oh my god, I could write for video games, man. Sounds like a certain character's glasses. Enough jokes, let's take some time to rest. Oh my god. I'm not gonna lie, that's not the first time where I've said something before a character said it. Bell, let's discuss how we're going to investigate the Exaltists. Let's start by investigating Bringer. Yes, I agree. The Commissioner's hasty closure of the case is a bit suspicious. We should definitely find Zhu Yuan and get more information first. I'll go investigate at PubSec. I'll leave it to you then. Come back soon. I'll gather some information on the internet. Oh man, that fucking had me dead about the Superman Clark Kent. That's definitely who I was hinting to. Hi, Emmy. You're different. I've not seen you before. You got nice blue eyes. Very pretty. That's an interesting folder. I like your boots. see what a badge says. Oh, it's just the new Eridu public security badge. Plot twist, we never see the mayor's face but only hear his voice. So he might be endgame antagonist like Metal Gear Solid 1. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I did think about that.
Report.
Ooh, happy robot. And here we have Zhu Yuan. It might be a possibility in future updates. Yeah, definitely think it might be. So this is Zhu Yuan. You haven't seen me use her as a playable agent because I don't have her. She's actually really good. I wonder if I'll get to use her in this part of a campaign. I like her hair. Her hair's really interesting and cool. And I'm not gonna lie, that kind of looks like a switchblade in her hair. Like this little headband she's got on, it kind of looks like a switchblade. A little Neps earpiece. Like, she's like one of the higher ups in New Eridu Public Security. I like the little cape thing she has going on, and all like the enhancements she's got on her. Yeah, she thick as well. She thick as fuck. Look at that cape she's got. Can you play her as a test character in Qingyi, the green hair android gal? Yeah, I don't have either of them as permanent characters, but I do really like them both. Qingyi's one of the best stunners in the game, if not the best, and Zhu Yuan, I like her shoes. Like, they look very comfortable, and they're like little grenades, I think. But yeah, like, they're very good agents to have. I'd say Zhu Yuan is probably an A rank. She's S rated, but in terms of like damage output and that, she's probably an A rank. I already found it strange and wanted to investigate further, but there's been a lot of obstacles. It's as if there's a hidden force that doesn't want me to get involved in this matter any further. Sounds suspicious. Yes, but it could also be my sensitive position. As far as I know, after the case was closed, the items left behind by Inspector Bringer were all sent to the Hollow Special Operations for processing. However, those items have been screened within the Bureau, and there's nothing suspicious about them. If you're still worried, you can also go there later and ask. Also, my colleagues at PubSec, most of us have worked with Inspector Bringer to some extent, so they might know something. I would love to investigate with you, but I've been busy lately. There's an organ trafficking case recently, and some other odd missing persons as well. No worries, I'll investigate on my own first. Alright, just let me know if you have any questions. Yeah. Why can I get an ass like that? Cool, let's just ask about Peaceful Public Security Officer. They didn't even give her a name. Hello, how can I help you? Do you know Bringer? You mean Inspector Bringer? Oh no, he's not Inspector anymore. I'm not very familiar with him, but I did help organise the things he left behind. Looking at it now, I guess they could be considered his estate. Is there anything special about them? Special? No, just very ordinary things, like a sweet roll and half a block of cheese. However, I heard from other colleagues that Bringer had a notebook he never parted with. But I couldn't find this notebook in his belongings. It's probably lost somewhere. Anyway, everything has been sent to Hollow Special Operations. I think it was Section 6. Hey, are we gonna go see the Abbey? Maybe it's because the higher-ups suspect there's a mole in PubSec. Bruh, Bringer was a mole, wasn't he? Or is there another mole? Oh, let's go talk to our favourite little stupid robot. Na. Do you know Bringer? Na. Kick that rabbit in its face. Weathered public security officer. That means he's been on the job for way too long. Look at his little... Oh, that's a headband. I was going to say look at his little white streaks in his hair, but that's probably a headband, right? Oh, I can't see him. Is there a problem, citizen? Do you know Bringer? About Bringer? Wait, you're not a reporter, are you? I'm just a curious citizen. Oh, good. Bosses told us not to talk about Bringer. Probably worried about reporters being careless with what they write. Might be his hair if he's been on the job too long. Yeah, well, that's what I initially thought. I really don't know why he turned out this way. He used to be a good person. Many years ago, after he came out of a hollow, his entire personality shifted. I thought it was because he was injured in the hollow or had witnessed something terrible. But that operation was very successful. He rescued many citizens from the hollow and emerged completely unscathed. How strange. Do you have any other information? I remember now. Seems like Bringers had a memory issues for a long time. Always forgetting stuff. Back then, we even suggested he keep a diary or something, though I'm not sure if he even listened to us. I don't know anything more than that. After inquiring around, you gather a lot of information about Bringer. You should share this information with Zhu Yuan and agree to meet at Hollow Special Operations. Should I now? Yay, let's go talk to Miyabi. Harumasa won't be there. He'll be somewhere trying to slack off, not do his job like he's supposed to. It's me. Oh, Harumasa is there. Harumasa, why are you hanging out with a child? Gonna get Chris Hansen on you.
Today's training.
You're here. Zhu Yuan has already told me about the current situation. We have already found all of Bringer's belongings. Nothing unusual so far. I heard he had a notebook. A notebook? I don't recall seeing one, but there are a few tape recordings. Our colleagues have already listened to the tapes. They're just routine meeting minutes and similar recordings, nothing out of the ordinary. After carefully inspecting the tapes, you find one that feels a bit different from the rest. It seems a bit heavier. Do you need to play these tapes again? There shouldn't be any need for that. These recordings have already been reviewed by both Hollow Special Operations and PubeSec, so there shouldn't be any issues. There's one that's heavier than the others. Indeed, the weight of this tape is different from the others. Let's take a closer look. Look at it again, hanging out with a child. Harumasa, you're going to get yourself into trouble. After carefully examining the special tape recording, you discover that there seems to be an encrypted message within. I see. This must be the reason for its weight. But how can we decrypt it?
I can try to crack it.
Then we'll leave it to you. Yes, I know I've changed Belle's voice about 7 times, but I'm sticking with the gremlin sounding one. GG, my guy, all perfects. Although that minigame's not exactly hard. You did it, as expected. Looks like there's new content that can be played on the tape now. That's interesting. I didn't know secret information could be hidden this way.
What secret? Shikaku wants to know.
Zhu Yuan, are you nervous? Would you like me to read you something? I don't know, but I got a bad feeling about this. After all, he put so much effort into hiding it. There might really be an answer inside.
Let's listen to it now.
You're right. No matter what, I have to face the truth. It wasn't a lot hard hacking,
Let's get started.
Yeah, exactly. Press the X button at the right timing. Also, I know a lot of my female voices sound nothing like the characters, and it's because I can't really do female voices that well, or not a wide variety.
I'm probably not getting out of this hollow, but at least this tape recorder still works. Let's say these are my last words. I gave away my anti-corruption equipment to save those civilians, so I'm not in good shape. Unfortunately, we came up against a horde of ethereals right after that. I rushed over to fight them off and tried to save the civilians, but in the thick of all the fighting, I turned back and realized that I was somehow alone. Nobody was behind me.
Bringer did a classic Leroy Jenkins move and just charged in alone.
Luckily, I managed to defeat the ethereals, but the wounds and corruption I sustained in doing so should be fatal. I don't mean to cast the blame at all here, and if any of my colleagues ever pick up this cassette, I hope that nobody is ever held accountable. It's just human nature. It's normal. I just have a few regrets. Oh, what's that over there?
He's going to the light. You hear a long, raspy, creepy noise. He's found Jesus.
Yes, that thing is right. So long as humanity is in constant conflict against the Hollows, we'll never be able to grasp true power.
Oh, maybe it was the Chupacabra. La Chupacabra.
Only by embracing everything. It's the only way. Only by embracing this power can everyone survive. Oh, Creator, please grant me this.
The room is left in complete silence as the cassette finishes playing. Zhu Yuan, in particular, looks crestfallen.
Gabbing noises in there.
Are you okay, Jiyuan? Don't be so sad.
Oh, she looks like she needs a hug. Belle also looks really sad.
Thanks. I'm okay. It's just... Even though we had our suspicions, now that everything is out in the open, I can't help but feel a little...
Why does Zhu Yuan sound like one of those popular girls at school who'd, like, look down on you? Not quite the reaction I'd think Bringer would make if I heard the grudge in the background in the recording. Yeah, I know, right?
Well, at least now I know the reason why he changed.
Yes, then. Like, totally.
What did Bringer see during the recording? Whatever it was, he called it a miracle.
I saw the mission report from that incident. Bringer emerged from the Hollow unscathed, completely free from injury or corruption.
To be fair, Bringer was incredibly injured by the sounds of it, and the corruption had set in, so even if he wanted to scream and leg it out of there, he'd probably only be able to scream. I don't think his legs would really work for very long. He'd maybe manage 2 or 3 steps, and then collapse.
Plus, I remember him rescuing a few civilians and walking out of the Hollow together with them.
But if that's the case, then it's at odds with the audio we heard. Which one is the true version of events?
It's possible that, like, if Bringer actually met a real god that completely healed his body and helped him...
This god can do the same to you, Asaba.
And that's why his mood changed so much. Why he started believing the Exaltists. Because he witnessed a miracle.
That sounds like a reasonable speculation at this point.
But it still exceeds the limits of what we know.
In any case, it's a clue that ultimately points to the Exaltists. I'll keep pulling this thread and see where it leads.
Like, totally. I never expected this investigation to lead to this, but what exactly are the Exaltists plotting? Regardless, time to head back to the video store and rest for a bit. Then I'll think about the next steps. Bye, guys.
Ooh.
I've been waiting for you for...
It's the Boots Queen. Hi, Vivian. Sorry to cut you off like that.
We meet again, Master Proxy. I imagine you've already managed to gain some info from the conspirators.
She sounds so sweet, yet there's undertones of sinisterness from her.
About some people who wish to use sacrifice to launch an attack on New Eridu. How do you even know about that? I only just found out myself.
Plot twist, she's actually a spy from the mayor.
Because I've been watching you this entire time.
That's not fucking creepy at all. Where was she on the walls? I'm going to have to be looking on the roof now for her spider climbing.
I know many things, but unlike those hypocrites, I'm willing to share info with you to show my sincere hopes of working together.
Okay.
I need to find Bringer's belongings. Bringer's belongings? Did he even leave anything behind?
I think she's a vampire with a gothica style she wears. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely the look I'm getting as well.
Oh, he did. I have complete confidence in my intelligence network.
In all fairness, when she talks, I think I can sort of see
All
fangs.
the more reason for you to work with me. You've probably already guessed, but what Bringer left behind will be crucial for cracking the alleged sacrifice attack.
I definitely think she's Hugo's partner. If that's what we're saying, partner.
Find it, and we'll finally know what they are after.
Who do you mean by they?
I see fangs too. Thanks for answering my questions, Belle.
Who do you mean by they?
The Exaltists, of course. They're always lurking whenever something related to sacrifice comes up.
But yeah, I don't know why and I don't know how, but I definitely think she's working in some way, shape or form with Hugo. It just seems a coincidence that they show up together and they kind of both look vampire-ish.
Actually, the Exaltists and I, we have a bit of shared history.
I mean, it could be that the enemies, but
no more than that until you officially agree to work with me.
I agree. Fight me.
All right, I agree then.
Well, Beltec's like literally no convincing, does she? Like, she's so trusting of people.
Splendid. Like people who don't mess around.
Splendid.
By the way, might I ask, you're not proficient at in-hollow combat, are you?
Not as of yet.
Nope, I can't fight.
As I expected. Not to worry. You're an invaluable proxy. All I require is for you to guide me. I mean, not even my darling Lord Phaethon can fight in the hollows.
Does she not know that we are Phaethon, or is she referring to Wise?
Hang on. What did you just say? Your darling Lord Phaethon?
That's right. The best proxy in all of New Eridil. Lord Phaethon.
Oh god, she's a fangirl.
Don't tell me you don't like him.
Actually, I'm Phaethon.
You're probably not going to believe this, but I'm actually Phaethon.
You're an outstanding proxy, that's true. But Lord Phaethon's a cut above. No one could ever replace Lord Phaethon. But I know how you feel. You're actually one of Lord Phaethon's fans too, aren't you? So he's your biggest role model in life and you hope to become just like him, right?
Ugh, this bitch.
How should I put this?
Doubt.
I'm not really a fan of Phaethon.
I get it. You're ashamed. Because you love him so much. I went through a phase like that once. But it's okay to be brave and admit your love.
She loves him like a brother, and that is it. We're not going down that route, Vivian. Hair and hair brother. They don't love each other like that.
Relax. I'm with you as you make your journey, fellow fan.
That's weird. Okay. After inexplicably joining Vivian's informal fan club, you listen to her go on about her love of Lord Phaethon for nearly an hour. Yikes.
Oh my! Once I start talking about Lord Phaethon, I just can't help myself.
Why is she so?
Look at the time.
Lord, if you are Phaethon. Because technically, Phaethon is just a code name they go by, because the proxies, but obviously it's Bell and Wise, so they're both Phaethon. Like, they're the same person basically online. And whilst they probably do have slightly differing technical abilities, because of brother and sister, they'll have learnt from each other. So they're probably both at like a very similar level. So she's maybe only interacted with Wise, and that's why she thinks it's Lord Fathan. Or maybe neither of them bother giving out the gender online, so they're like trying to really cover themselves, and Vivian just assumes it's a guy.
I suppose that's all for today then. I'll be in touch with more news.
I mean, I don't think there's one of the brother and sister, like one of the siblings, who's more canon than the other. Like, you can play as either of them. I'm kind of interested to see where that conversation would go if you are Wise and you do say, actually, I am Fathan, whether she believes you still. Or whether she still has her doubts. Ah, I was so caught up chatting with a fellow fan that I almost forgot why I'm here. I found out where the remainder of Bringer's belongings ended up. They should be hidden in a hollow in the outer ring. Bro, I'm really meeting everyone, aren't I? Meeting up at Blazewood. It's interesting. Oh, so you can choose to play as Wise or Belle when you start the game. Yeah, you can choose either one. And I decided to choose Belle because she seemed a little bit more interesting than Wise. Like, I believe there's like a bit of a cutscene before you pick who you want to choose as. Because, I think so anyway. I can't remember. But yeah, like, her overall design seemed more interesting. She seemed like a more interesting character. Wise just kind of seemed a bit like vanilla pudding. I've got a pretty impressive job and I know many secrets. Since we've agreed to work together, I must foil the Exaltist schemes. Whatever they're planning, I'll stop them. This time, I absolutely cannot. Look, just think of it as my personal beef with the Exaltists. Whatever the case, we're on the same side here. See, I know Asian games typically get English dialogue a little bit standardized, but they must have a really good English writer for like the translations, because I'm fairly certain they wouldn't speak like that with saying personal beef. They'd probably say personal problems, and beef is a very like new saying. Like, I believe when you say you have beef with someone, that's only been around for a few years. So they must have someone with a finger on the pulse. I like that. So we're going to Blazewood. I wonder if we're going to play as Pulchra in this next bit of the... Belle, are you sure you want to head straight into the hollow? Maybe we can use the old method and connect to Eos instead. That would be a safer option. But if we connect to Eos, Vivian might recognise us. After all, she's our fan.
Let's just go in.
If you insist, Belle. Alright then. But if anything happens, make sure you stay safe. Even though we can stay in touch at any time, I still worry. Aw, big brother.
Vivian will protect me.
I will protect you too. If anything happens, I'll get backup for you immediately. Just send Bernice with a flamethrower. Alright, let's take a break for now and wait for Vivian to contact us. After some time, a message from Vivian arrives. Time to head to Blazewood and meet her. But yeah, I don't always choose to play as the female protagonist in a video game. But if a female protagonist is interesting, I will. Fair enough, she wants help. Ah. It's the new agents, yes! Well, air quote new agents, because this is Anby, but this is not Anby. So she's Anby, but she's also not Anby. I like the new style Anby's design. And everyone's saying she's a bit taller than the other Anby, and that's because she's got fucking heels on. She's got like stiletto heels. But yeah, I like the fact that the knee pads are slightly different. Like, that's quite interesting. And her gloves, I can't believe her gloves say left and right on there. Like, that's quite funny. I like the little tiara. This is Trigger. I don't really know much about Trigger. I think she uses a gun, and that's an interesting choice. Just leaving your bottoms unzipped. Them shoes look hella comfy. But yeah, I don't really know much about Trigger, other than, like, she has cake. But I know she's, like, one of the next agents that's been released to play as.
Proxy, you're here too.
I didn't expect to run into you here.
Isn't this the first time we're meeting them? Why are they talking to me like I've met them before? Unless I was supposed to have played one of the side stories first, maybe.
What are you two doing here? And is that a new look I see, Ambi?
I'm here to investigate that incident.
Ah, yes, that incident. We're playing a pronoun game here. You recall the incident you experienced with Anby and Trigger. The relevant details have been recorded as tapes and should be logged in the video archive. If you have time, you should go refresh your memories with them. Ah, right, yeah, so, yeah. I could do a side mission and know what the fuck we're on about. Do a HIT workout 4 times a week to look like you have cake behind. Yeah.
I've recently dug up
Just
some
squat
clues
for
about
days.
the person behind the operation, but my key contact is ultra cautious and keeps
Squats
demanding
for
me to
days.
prove my identity.
I like Anby. I think Anby is still my favourite agent in the game. Like, as a character.
So, to gain her trust, I decided to meet her dressed like this.
Ah, so that's the reason.
Now that everything is completely finished, this uniform doesn't really represent anything in particular. For me, it's just another outfit now. We all have to move on someday.
I mean, I kind of liked the old outfit, but this new outfit's, different.
I'm helping her. I want to make sure whoever's behind all this is caught. Ah, and who's this young lady?
Ooh.
Her name's Vivian. She's my friend. We're here investigating a few things ourselves.
Amby, one of the Cunning Hair's most powerful members. And Trigger, an Opal Squad sniper. It's an honor to make your acquaintance.
You know us?
Looks like someone's done our homework. Is it because of the proxy?
You two are practically celebrities. And because of my work, I've got loads of info when it comes to anyone with a name around New Eridu.
So just a quick deviation. I don't know if you know, but Herbal Squad is what Soldier 11's part of. She's basically the fire version of Anby. I think you've probably seen me interact with her before.
I see. Seems you're handling your work well.
There's theories that this version of Anby, the young Anby, although this looks like the normal Anby wearing the young Anby's clothes, worked with the Herbal Squad.
Let's prepare to enter the Hollow. Unless you have any further questions, we'll be taking our leave now.
A lot of people think that Soldier 11 and Anby are like sisters or clones.
You're going into a Hollow? Proxy, you plan on going in like that?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. I've recovered quite a bit lately, so I don't need any protective equipment in the hollows.
Burpees and push-ups, that will get you into shape. You what? You shoot a wink at Anby and Trigger, who both notice your signal, and don't ask any more questions. Right at that moment, a rather familiar-looking lady appears. Well, if it's a lady, we can cancel out Bernice.
Huh. Aren't you that lady from before at the
this
auction?
lady.
Hello. I didn't expect to see you again, young lady.
Oh. Nani?
Vivian, are you alright? You look depressed.
Yeah, and you sound depressed, Anby.
What's wrong, Vivian? Are you feeling okay?
I like the way that Anby speaks emotionlessly.
It's nothing. I just drifted off for a moment there.
I kind of relate to her as a character because I can talk quite emotionlessly.
So then, what are you doing here?
Don't worry. I'm not here to scam you. I'm waiting to meet someone.
Don't tell me. You're my contact for intel?
That's me. Anby from Silver Squad, I presume? Pleasure to meet you. Alright. I'm going to exchange some information with Miss Anby here. So if you'll excuse me.
Sienna steps to the side with Anby as they discuss something. Meanwhile, you look at Vivian with some concern.
You ain't looking so good.
You're not looking so good. Everything okay?
I can tell you later, but not right now.
Okay, that's all the information I got for you. In return, I want you to do something for me.
No, absolutely
Take
not.
me into the Hollow. I left
The
something very
fuck?
valuable inside. I have to find it.
Why don't you just tell us what it is and we'll get it for you? People say I'm doing bad because of my depression, but I think I'm pretty good at it, if I say so myself. I mean, I can totally relate to that statement. I feel depressed as fuck, boy.
Seeing as we were just about to go in ourselves, why not join us? It's fine by me. But didn't you say you were investigating something? It's fine. There's no rush. Right, Master Proxy.
So, it seems in this next bit we're using Anby, Trigger, and Vivian?
Huh? Yeah. There really is no rush. Sure, let's all go together.
That's interesting, using 3 brand new agents.
It'll be safer with more people and we'll find your missing item more quickly.
Because I don't think we've done any combat with Vivian or Trigger before. It seems like Anby's, yeah, fair enough, because she's the limited pull agent.
Thank you.
But I'm sure it don't normally give you 3 brand new agents to use. Could be wrong there. Could be wrong. Do you believe in fate? I don't. I see, that sounds like something you would say. Proxy. I actually... No, it's nothing. Let's hurry and head into the hollow. When Soldier Zero Anby's attacks hits an enemy, they apply Silver Star mark and charges attack. For every 1/3 of charge, the enemy receives 1 stack of White Thunder, stacking up to 3 times. When the enemy has White Thunder, press the triangle to activate. Quickly dash forward, slashing through enemies, dealing multiple hits of electric damage. When the move hits an enemy, it will consume 1 stack of White Thunder to trigger additional electric damage, which is considered aftershock. With enough energy, hold triangle to combine. Combines her twin swords and throws them forward for a high-speed slash, dealing massive electric damage. When the skill hits an enemy, it will fully charge Silver Star. Character is invulnerable while using this skill. When the additional damage from White Thunder triggers 3 times on the same enemy, a thunderbolt will strike at the enemy's location, dealing electric damage to enemies within the range. This damage is considered aftershock damage. Okay. Trigger. Hold basic attack to enter sniper stance, allowing trigger to fire consecutive sniper shots forward. When the skill hits an enemy, trigger gains 25 purge points. With purge points, when other active characters in the team hits enemy with attacks, that can trigger various aftershock attacks from trigger. When any aftershock hits enemies, it increases the target's stun damage multiplier, which remains effective even when the target is not stunned. When trigger has purge, other squad can activate trigger's basic attack, harmonizing shot. When hitting enemies with basic attack, dodge counter, special attack, quick assist, dealing electric damage and accumulating days. When hitting enemies with heavy attacks and make special assist for, they can activate trigger's basic attack, harmonizing shot, Tartarus, dealing electric damage and accumulating large amounts of days. When hitting enemies with EX special ultimate to coordinate, while in coordinated support, other active characters in the squad can trigger basic attack, harmonizing shot whenever they hit enemies with an attack without consuming purge.
So, what is it that you all plan to do here?
Look at these swords.
We are
These
here
swords
to
are
look for
real
something
cool.
too. Something extremely important.
I like how Vivian's weapon is like a sort of umbrella lance.
New Eridu's future may well depend on it.
Fast as fuck, boy. Nami.
Save your strength, adjusting for wind.
Mind the blind spot.
Recalibrating.
In position.
Yeah, she's like Billy.
The melody of combat.
Now it's my turn to ask questions.
It's interesting
What
that Vivian
exactly
helps.
is it that you're investigating? Since you're familiar with the name Silver, then you should know that it shouldn't exist anymore. What I'm investigating has something to do with it.
Yeah, I'm not always a massive fan of arranged characters.
Right over there.
But Trigger seems quite good.
Got you covered. Get behind me. Ether vision activate. Increase firepower.
Move behind me.
Support in position. Got you covered.
A perfect conduit.
Time to pin them down. Show no mercy.
Okay, that was an interesting attack.
Loyalty. Proxy. Let's use that fissure to head to the next location.
That's interesting. She hits him with an anime style finisher. And I know a lot of them hit him with anime style finishers, but that was like even more anime.
This is the place.
But yeah, there's a couple of ranged characters in the game. To come straight to mind,
So, what is it that you're looking for?
there's Billy, obviously Trigger, Astra, she's a ranged character. I like a ranged character, I like a mage. Yeah, I mean, it's all what your playstyle's based on. I typically don't use ranged characters because I don't find the damage output is usually worth it.
A ring. I was excavating ether here before and accidentally lost it somewhere.
Like, Billy's kind of trash in this game. Like, he's not too bad. He's probably B tier.
Please, could you all help me find it? It has to be somewhere among all this stuff here.
Sure, I'll start looking.
I'll go with you.
I'll stay here with her then.
Ah, yes, hair.
Thanks, but you don't have to worry about me. Go ahead and accompany the others. I'm sure it'll be faster that way. And sorry for wasting your time like this. I know it might sound strange, but I'll be so happy if my daughter grows up to be capable like you.
Aw, so sweet. Ah, yes, suddenly took his own life. In other words, he was silenced. How do you know all of this? Because that legendary artist was my husband, Mira's father. It all depends on the tier list, on people's experience of playing. I play a job class that on the box art, like in Final Fantasy 14 during that expansion. Yeah, it is all people's playstyles. Like, I think Billy has consistently been rated as a B rank agent in most lists. His damage output isn't quite as good as other agents, and he is a ranged agent and you can dodge while you're doing his attacks, but his damage output doesn't seem to be that great. His ultimate's pretty good, and so is his special. Like, Trigger's damage output seems to be fairly good. Oh.
Why?
There's something personal I want to discuss. Okay. Alright then, keep your secrets. Come on then, my goth vampire friend. I see a chest. Yes, we're ignoring the main way to go because I see chests. It's all about the money, money, money. It's all about the money, money, money. Gotta get that paycheck. Gotta get that paycheck. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Da-da-da, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn, Heavensward, Stormblood, Dawnbreaker, Endwalker. That's what I played as. Cool. Warrior, Dragoon, Samurai and Monk, Dark Knight, Paladin. Some pretty solid classes right there, mate. You find some food left in the hollow for unknown reasons. Clearly there's no sign of the ring that Sienna is looking for among these items. Proxy, if you're hungry, I brought some food with me. Do I really look like I want to eat those leftovers? You actually do, just a little bit. That's because Belle's a fucking gremlin.
There's leftover food here. I don't want to imagine what's inside the bag.
Neither do I.
Spark plugs! Spark plugs! Get a grip. Get a grip and it's someone squeezing the life out of a lizard. That's hilarious. I wish I could, like, equip my camera and zoom in on that. That's fucking hilarious. Buy one, get one free. I say you buy one, you get one free. It's a capybara. Capybara, capybara. No one would hide a ring inside the stuffing of a plush toy, right? That's the perfect place to hide a ring.
A toy that seems emotionally stable. There shouldn't be a ring hidden in it.
A toy that seems emotionally stable. Oh, it's a cute little capybara.
It's pretty cute.
Chewy coffee. Simple rest stop. One more cup for the road. It was the main story's class that fit the story most for the expansion. Would look weird if a black mage or white mage was fighting a samurai main antagonist in Stormblood. I mean, maybe. You find a lunchbox. After bracing yourself, you crack it open and peek inside. Maggots! Whether lucky or unlucky, the box is empty. No one would put a ring in a lunchbox, it would spoil the taste. Is that the main concern?
It's a fancy lunchbox?
I wonder if its owner is safe and sound.
Warning, ether corruption, unexplored zone. Warning, the flow distortion ahead. You find some scattered oil barrels. After careful searching, you find nothing resembling a ring inside them. Does Sienna actually want to find this so-called ring?
What do you mean?
She said she's looking for the wedding ring, but she also said she doesn't need any objects to remember her husband. We've been searching here for so long and found nothing at all. Maybe the ring never existed in the first place. It was just an excuse. Let's go back. I mean, you kind of got a point.
What's wrong, Vivian? You seemed worried for a while now.
I'm worried about Sienna. Her location should still be safe. I hope so.
I'm not gonna lie, these two absolutely destroy. I was on the fence about whether I wanted to pull for Silver Soldier Ambi, mainly because I already have Ambi. Oh, I think she's dead. Did Sephiroth do this? By the time you return, you discover Sienna with her eyes closed peacefully.
Her vital
Is she
signs are
dead?
gone.
I think she's dead. Her vital signs are gone. Plot twist, she actually wanted to come in here and die.
What happened? I guess this was her final scam.
Fuck me, Vivian, that's one way of putting it.
There's one thing I must remind you. Your time is running out.
I'm not sure how you can tell, but you're right. I'm going to die in here. That's my plan. I'm very sick and don't have much longer. If I try to get treatment, it'll just be a burden on my daughter.
Bro, why? Why with the sadness? I don't want you to touch my feels.
So I scam my way through a bunch of physical exams and managed to take out a hollow corruption policy through Ravenlock Insurance.
Bro, this woman is just an expert scammer, isn't she?
Once some time has passed, could you please take my corrupted body out of the hollow? That will secure a generous compensation package for my daughter.
I mean, I suppose at least she scammed for the right reason. She's done it honourably. But my fucking god, woman.
It's only what the Ravenlocks owe me. A pity, yes. But it's the only way I can squeeze it out of them.
What makes you think that will help you?
You owe me, bitch.
I just trust you will. I'm just awfully sorry you had to get involved in this. But it's something I must do. I have to leave something behind for my girl. I have to give her a chance at life. If it's okay, could you also please pass a message to Mira for me? Tell her, don't worry. Even if Mommy's body is corrupted, withers away, and turns to dust, my love for you will always be there.
My god, that's so fucking morbid.
Thank you. You're a good kid.
She was betting that we'd help her.
So, you were aware of this the whole time?
You bitch.
Yes. Because I saw it.
So she's what, sort of psychic?
You might not believe me, but I've had this ability to see the future since I was a little girl.
I could see the future. Soz.
But the things I see are always something bad. Plagues, deaths, disasters.
Is she one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse?
That's all I've ever been able to see.
That's interesting, if that's where they're going with this, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Maybe Hugo's one? possibly Lycon was one.
It's all that kid's fault.
She's seriously jinxed.
I always try to avoid her. Otherwise, she'll say something rotten that ends up coming true again.
Prophecies, she says. Like she's not the one bringing the bad luck upon us.
It wasn't me. I didn't do anything. Sorry. I'm sorry.
What good is saying you're sorry? Things like this keep happening every time you open your mouth.
Bro, I'm really feeling sorry for this character.
How unlucky.
I can see the future. Oh no, they can see me. I have to stop you from destroying my race.
She shouldn't be here. Nobody wants her around.
If only she would just disappear.
Bro, I feel really sad for Vivian.
Wanted to warn you all.
I just want to give her a hug.
I'm sorry. Every time it's the same. In the end, there's nothing I can change. Sometimes I even wonder whether it's me predicting these things.
On the plus side, at least you could get a job as a fortune teller.
Or if my very existence is manifesting these calamities.
Or a psychic.
It's not your fault.
Vivian, it's not your fault. You were just trying to be kind and warn them about impending disasters.
I can tell it's never been easy for you.
Thank you. No matter what. I just hope she finally gets to rest in peace. I hope no misfortune, whether I foresee it or not, ever happens to anyone.
So, Miss Vivian, do you always cry when you have a prophecy? Yes, every time a prophecy appears, I can't help but shed tears. I used to wonder if I could just hold back my tears so maybe bad things wouldn't happen. But I just can't do it. No matter how hard I try, I just can't. You've been too hard on yourself. Vivian falls silent for a moment, seemingly unwilling to continue the topic. Sienna said that compensation from the Ravenlock family's hollow corruption insurance is enough to settle her daughter Mira for life. For life? Fuck me. How much money did you put into that life insurance? Yeah, I think so too. Actually, there have been rumours that the Ravenlock family had fallen out of favour with Tops for a while now. That's why they're becoming so desperate, afraid of being abandoned by the mighty Tops. Sienna is actually a skilled intelligence broker. She retired from the business a while ago. I could be missing something, but could Vivian stop her from dying if she can see the future? Not in this case, because this woman said she had a chronic illness, so she was going to die regardless. Probably something like cancer, or serious ether corruption. Like, I'm sure there's probably times where she can see someone, like, dying, and she probably can stop them. Like, for example, if she saw them getting hit by a bus. But in this instance, it was natural causes why she would die. I see. No wonder she was able to gather classified information. She said she tried many ways, but everything was useless against the untouchable Ravenlock family. She still couldn't avenge her lover. But I believe everything she did was meaningful. The same goes for you, Miss Vivian. Everyone, it seems there are ethereals nearby. It's not safe to linger. let's keep moving forward. Yes, Miss Andy.
Roxy, do you believe that the future can be changed?
I can change your future.
In my memory, this has happened countless times already.
Save your strength, Envy. Ether vision activate.
Why can I only see these misfortunes? Why can't I even have a sliver of happiness?
Bro, look at the fucking jiggle physics on a booty.
Recalibrating.
I'm on it.
You are a deviant!
The enemy...
Roxy, the fissure that we're looking for is up ahead.
Bro, we'll put some serious jiggle physics into our ass. Look at our ass jiggles, my god. I'm not saying that's the reason I'm going to pull for Vivian, but it's definitely one of the reasons why I might pull for Vivian.
Ether vision activate. Right on cue. Fire support ready.
Focus.
Quick shot.
Roger.
You're in my sight. The target's weary. Target locked. My bullets are one with the wind.
Support. They won't back down.
Fire support ready.
I hope that was
I
the
think it's about
boss.
time.
We should take that lady out of the hollow. You guys go on.
Thank you. She gave us the intel we needed, so this is the least we could do. I hope everything else goes well for you. Master Proxy, is there anything you'd like to know?
I'm curious about your story, Vivian. But we can talk more once you feel ready. Don't worry, I can wait.
You're the first person to ever say that to me.
Oh.
I'd be happy to share my story with you.
I really want to pull for Vivian when she comes out and just show her that she's not unloved.
These premonitions I see are not within my control, and they always come to me in a flash, like a flood of images in my mind. Most of the time, I see death, disease, accidents, and disasters. Of course, there are also some non-fatal mutilations.
Bruh, she must have such a damaged psyche. She must be such a strong mental person. It's strong-willed. Most people would have offed themselves if they saw that sort of shit all the time.
But every time, without exception, they end up happening. And I can never prevent or change them.
Ah. So it's kind of like that movie Final Destination, where they get the premonitions, and no matter what, they can't stop the premonitions from happening.
That's all I have to say about it. If that offends Master Proxy and you don't want to hang out with me anymore, then I can understand.
I wonder if she's going to get a premonition about Belle or Wise, or both of them.
I don't mind at all. That's just who you are, Vivian. I'd like to keep hanging out with you.
And Belly's like unusually sweet and kind to pretty much everyone.
I've always considered this ability as a curse.
It's not a curse. If anything, I think you've been given a gift.
Thank you. Really? Well, it's getting late. Bringer's belongings ought to be around here somewhere. Let's take a closer look.
Also, she specifically said that she cannot change the outcomes. I wonder if that means that no one else can change the outcomes as well. Because if she was to, say, work with somebody, she could probably try and stop the outcomes from happening. I have already been that way. I see a chest. Yeah, Loot Goblin. Fireproof. Spray pins. That's quite cool. Arizona tea. Kind of like Arizona tea. Oh, Arizona. Let's grab this chest. Tin soldier. Don't drive tired. That's actually a good point. The vending machine. He stashed his shit in a vending machine. I think it's a vampire ability. I've heard some vampires can glimpse into the future. Depending on the story. Yeah, possibly. It definitely is, like, a vampire ability in some things. Why the vending machine? Imagine you go to buy a herbal tea from this vending machine, and a random folder just pops out detailing all of somebody's crimes. You search a vending machine up and down but find nothing.
Looks like it isn't in here.
Well, there's a few other vending machines around. I knew it. There must be other vending machines nearby. Still nothing.
Strange. There's nothing in here.
Oh, I didn't even realize I could go up here. Jimmy Carjoke said to a fat person, "What's your favourite machine at the gym?" The vending machine. Yeah, that one's a classic. You know, I could be mistaken, but I'm sure this area's been recycled, because I remember a swimming pool. Proxy, I have a feeling Bringer's belongings are definitely inside this vending machine in front of us. Does that mean it's definitely not then? What are you working on? Type 3 diabetes. You carefully search for a vending machine and still find nothing. Just as you're about to give up, you kick the vending machine by accident. Where a drink would normally roll out, a worn out notebook appears instead. Wow, Master Proxy, so this is how it's done. Also, I don't know if you've seen, but there's a vending machine on the 6th Street in this game, and one of the things you can do is boot it. And nothing usually happens when you boot it normally, but for a side story, like the quality time with the agents, with Nicole, you go on a sort of trip to this vending machine, and it swallows your coins. So you can either let Nicole boot it, you boot it, or do nothing. And if you boot it, then I think 2 or 3 cans roll out. It's quite funny. Your league's ahead of professional intelligence brokers. Oh, Hugo's here. Bringer's notebook, old and worn looking, seems to have a lot of locations of interest marked down. I mean, that's a pretty sturdy looking notebook.
This is it. This notebook is what Bringer left behind. But I don't know what these markings on it mean.
You and Vivian flick through Bringer's notebook together, ignoring the surrounding danger for some time until a shriek of an ethereal suddenly rings out nearby. However, a moment later, a strange yet familiar figure materializes to block the ethereal, disposing of it with ease.
Well, hello, Master Proxy. It's been a while. Oh, don't give me that scandalized look. I did just save your lives.
Oh, hello, darling. Hugo here.
I would have protected the proxy even if you hadn't appeared.
I'm sure of it, but I happen to be in the area. Worry not, dear companion. I have complete confidence in your strength.
I knew it was working together this entire time.
Hang on, did you say companion? So you two know each other?
Apologies. I didn't have a chance to mention it before.
That look right there by Vivian is almost like, ooh, sorry, senpai.
I'm actually part of the Phantom Thief Syndicate, Mockingbird.
Called it.
That's right. I was only able to slip in during the auction thanks to some help from Vivian backstage.
Ooh, you scheming bitch.
So, the whole time, you were only bidding on the collection so you could get backstage and mess with things?
I warned you before. You can't rely on appearances.
I mean, technically she's not wrong.
Don't worry, Master Proxy. We don't have any ulterior motives.
And if I'm gonna be honest, I'm not even mad with her.
As you've probably heard, Mockingbird is a renowned Phantom Thieves syndicate in New Eridu that, despite its longevity, has managed to maintain the secrecy of its members' identities to this day.
Who could be mad with a face like Vivian's?
So, disclosing our identities to you is essentially the highest sign of good faith that a Mockingbird Phantom Thief can show.
That sorta makes sense.
Unless you plan on killing me, of course.
Your trust is most appreciated. Mockingbird's purpose is very simple, really. To form long-standing and cooperative relationships with outstanding proxies like yourself.
We need your abilities.
And I need you to not kill me. Please.
Before you make any decisions, please allow me to briefly explain the concept behind the Mockingbird Syndicate. We all know there isn't anything in this world that's fair. A prime example being the uneven distribution of wealth. People from tops splurge on luxurious collectibles, while the poor have to gamble with their own lives just to get by.
I don't play video games for them to be hyper-realistic.
Of course, besides wealth, there's also an unequal distribution in this world of happiness and suffering, hope and despair, love and hate. It's all just so unfair.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Somebody has to do something to tilt the balance of the scales.
It's a shame Mockingbird doesn't exist in real
And
life.
thus Mockingbird was born. We take from those who have far more than they deserve and give it to those who deserve to have more.
In all fairness, there probably are groups like Mockingbird that exist in real life. I mean, the Secret Service have spies.
If you ask me, that's enough to be considered a form of justice.
I agree.
You do have a point. I can agree with that.
Thank you. I knew if anyone, you'd understand. However, aside from these philosophical considerations, we also have a crisis on our hands to deal with. As you know, the Exaltists are plotting to use the power of sacrifice to launch an attack on all of New Eridu. We can provide you with all the latest intel, just like that notebook you found. Something those pompous housekeepers would never be willing to do. And the most crucial part of this whole game, the sacrifice core, is currently in my possession. I think that makes this a highly competitive deal. We share the same goal for the moment, stopping the impending disaster from playing out.
It does sound like Robin Hood's Merry Men crossed with Secret Service. Yeah, they seem like, what do you call them? Like white hatters or something like that.
I need some time to think about it.
How about this? If you still have misgivings about our upcoming cooperation, then why don't you bring Lycon along?
Oh, that's a trap. You just want to kill us both.
He's got the support of the mayor's office behind him, and his presence alone is enough to keep me in check. That would put you more at ease, right?
Daddy Lycon.
Of course, you're welcome to bring some other friends along, provided they are from public security or HSO.
Oh, I was going to bring Zhu Yuan and Miyabi with me. Bastard.
Well, if you're willing to let my friends come along, then you've got a deal.
Fine, I'll just have to bring Anby with me and, I don't know, someone else.
It's a deal. By the way, Proxy, this is for you.
A collectible gifted by Vivian. It looks expensive and exquisite piece of art, but it seems hollow inside. Might that mess with its value? It looks like a really small version of one of those Fabergé eggs, like as a necklace. We shall call this the Teardrop Necklace.
Consider it a souvenir commemorating our first time working together.
I'll treasure it and wear it.
For now, we'll carefully look through the contents of that notebook. I'll contact you if anything comes up.
Interesting. I'm playing as Hugo. Hugo Bossman. Since we're at the video store, we should ask Master Proxy to recommend some films. Oh, my apologies everyone, but I need to take my leave and go take care of my art gallery now.
So you actually own a gallery?
I also need a convenient social identity for various reasons. The title of gallery owner works quite well. Alright, I'll stay with Master Proxy for a bit longer. But Hugo, you've been oddly busy lately. You're not hiding something from me, are you? Well... So all he says in response is, well... Ooh, flashback. Bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. Well, well, if it isn't our dear collector, Mr. Hugo, long time. I assume you've finished your task I asked you to do, yes? Done as promised. I've already found buyers for the goods you gave me. No shortage of big names among them. Of course, I've also recommended your gallery to them as instructed, and spread word about it in the circle. But getting rid of this exquisite stuff so suddenly, you're not in trouble, are you? If you have funding issues, I'm also your guy. I've got friends who offer loan services. Ah yes, loan sharks. Thank you for your concern, but my cash flow is very healthy. I have more than just use as my middleman. In essence, I'm just looking to boost my gallery's reputation in the scene. I see. Those rare pieces in your collection definitely caught a few eyes. I'm sure they're all looking forward to collaborating with you. Thank you for the kind words, darling. All right, it's getting late. I should head off now. See you next time. Now, time to find that guy. I remember him mentioning he would dress up in something more presentable this time. Zarbon. Fine for well-dressed informants. Let's meet at Lumina Square. Fine for well-dressed informants. Well, you're not well-dressed. You're kind of well-dressed. And you look like an absolute fucking scrub. When the musician's third string breaks, the gatekeeper whispers to me in which hand hides the coin for the underworld ferryman. The left hand holds death, the right hand holds deception, but the raven has already flown away with the answer. I can't get over the embarrassment every time I say this. Well, I was right. It's the businessman. It's quite poetic, isn't it? The meeting with Hartman has been scheduled. He'll be waiting for you in the same private suit. Or should I say, waiting for Hugo, the renowned collector and gallery owner. Thanks. I knew I could count on you. Still, I have to ask, you're not looking to make the Ravenlocks your enemy, are you? And if I say I am? Not like I can stop you anyway. You've already caused a scene at that auction. That Robe of the Heroes stunt. I can't believe you actually came up with that. Hartman's been on the move lately. That organ trafficking case from before is linked to him too. I also heard that they're dropping big money on some kind of drug research. The Ravenlocks have always been a bunch of cold-blooded bastards, doing all kinds of messed up things that make your blood boil, and swept everything under the rug with money and power, leaving victims with no justice. But Hartman, he's the worst of the bunch. Rumor says that he personally took the previous heir and clawed his way to the throne. I know. Relax. I don't plan on clashing with him head on. You'd better not. I don't want to witness Mockingbird's folly of trying to crack a stone with an egg. I prefer to see it more of a gambit. I can never win an argument against you anyway. Don't forget, the Ravenlocks family's in bed with those exaltist lunatics. Who knows what awful scene they've been cooking up lately. In any case, as your old friend, I sincerely wish you all the best. Thank you. By the way, how is Lycon doing lately? I haven't seen him in a while. What? I know you two split up, but it's been years. Are you still not over it? Don't know. Don't care. If there's nothing else, I'll be going now, darling. Alright, fine. Good luck. The students nearby seem to be having an intense discussion, and you hear a familiar name. So, that Mockingbird Phantom Thieves Syndicate only looks flashy, but hasn't actually accomplished anything, right? Tops remains unshakable, and those big families are just a step away of getting total control. It's possible that even the mayor can't keep them in check. But doesn't the mere existence of the Mockingbird serve as some warning? Every time they release a crime warning letter, fear erupts among the evildoers. Really? But what can they actually change? In the end, it's probably just a game. To the big shots, Mockingbird is like a fly, annoying but not deadly. They just let it be. So, what do you think should happen? If you ask me, you have to dismantle everything from within if you truly want change. Without power or influence, it's all futile. The first step should be accumulating resources by any means necessary, and if possible, joining Tops. Hugo, I'm standing right here, student. After all, to establish a new order, the old one must be demolished, just like how creation requires destruction. That sounds exactly like something a villain would say. If it's really possible to join Tops, many would probably defect immediately. True, but who would turn down money? It's almost time for a meeting with Hartman. Time to go! Yeah, I like that. Hugo, I'm standing right here. You're not Hartman. Hello, woman. Your invitation has been confirmed, esteemed guest. Would you like to enter the private suite now? Let's go balls deep into his private suite. Arrogant man. You're the one who has business with Master Hartman. Correct. Master Hartman's time is extremely valuable, and he has graced you with this meeting amid his busy schedule. I sincerely hope you bring something substantial to the family. Haha, worry not. I stand here precisely because I have enough leverage. You better had.
How about it? Will you work with me?
Not bad. Let me be honest with you. I have the sacrifice core that you're after.
No.
I am Mockingbird.
So it's you. I never thought you'd be so bold as to come see me alone.
Relax, my friend. As you know, if I can sneak into such a heavily guarded auction, then naturally, I can just as easily slip away right now. I'm here with the sincere intention to seek cooperation. I can give you that sacrifice core.
And what do you want in return?
Wealth, glory, power. The things everyone else in the world wants, I want them too. And I'm confident that as the current heir to the Ravenlock family, those are all things you can give me.
Then you've certainly come to the right place.
My family is working on a big project. If things come to fruition, Ravenlock's status in Tops will significantly improve. At which point, I'll be sure to leave a spot for you. Naturally, as an outsider, you're precluded from handling any of our core business. But profits from the scraps alone will be enough to set you up for life.
Mr. Hartman, I think you've misunderstood me. I have no intention of joining the Ravenlock family. In fact, I have an art gallery under my name that does pretty well for itself. I was hoping you could recommend me for Tops.
You want to join Tops? That's easier said than done. Even for a family like ours, it would still require significant effort and...
Just answer me yes or no. I don't think either of us can afford to waste time.
I understand. Yes, you have my word.
Lies! Deception!
But in exchange, you'll have to give me the sacrifice core first.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I can't. I've already hidden it somewhere safe, a place nobody else but me knows.
And if you want it, you'll have to say, Daddy, please.
You don't want to put all your chips on the table when dealing with Tops. I know that far too well.
Then that means I also need to keep an eye out when working with the infamous Mockingbird, right?
Mr. Hartman, I should remind you that I stand before you undisguised. Coming from a phantom thief who's never publicly revealed his identity, shouldn't that be sufficient assurance?
Hugo's either incredibly bold or incredibly stupid with this as well. Because he's just outed himself, so the only realistic way he can un-out himself is by killing everyone in the room.
If I betray you, then you merely need to lift a finger to wipe me from the face of this world.
You do make a valid point there. In that case, you have a deal.
I appreciate your trust.
Why don't we celebrate our new partnership with a toast?
Hartman calls over the waiter and pours out 2 glasses of some expensive-looking, deep crimson liquid. Wine. He lifts his glass and nods to Hugo before draining it in one gulp. What an alcoholic. Hugo flashes a smug grin as he follows suit and takes a gulp. Is it poison?
Having a drink before undertaking anything important is a family tradition. It's good luck.
As an outsider, it's a real honor.
By the way, you aren't the only member of your organization, are you? Shouldn't all your companions agree to this deal first?
You don't have to worry about that. I'll make sure she agrees. Otherwise, I'll get rid of her too.
You bastard.
Seems you'll do whatever it takes to get things done. Great things lie ahead for someone like you. All right, let's leave it at that for today. I'll contact you about what to do next.
That's him! He's the one who killed Serena!
She was the only one who was ever any good to him, right? That's how he repays her?
That's why they say once a mongrel, always a mongrel. Just look into his eyes.
Father! We have to punish him! Serena had been ranking ahead of him. Hugo must have poisoned her water so he could pass her.
Pure evil. Typical for an impure bloodline. He should have been kicked out ages ago.
Hugo, did you do all this?
Yes, it was me. I killed her.
He admitted it! Father, he must be expelled. He has no right to live under the same roof as us.
Why don't we reunite him with Serena then? Nobody would ever know.
Hugo, Well done. My children, how many times have I told you before? In this world, only the most ruthless, cruel, and unscrupulous of people ever make it to the top. Like Hugo here, who was willing to murder his only true loved one without a second thought. Only someone with the means and the gumption to do that is qualified to be my heir.
Interesting.
But I...
It's all over now, and the results are obvious. The winner of this month's assessment is Hugo. As for the rest of you, go to the usual place for the punishment you deserve.
Huh. That's cruel. He punishes his children.
Father! Before this, I was number 1.
And now you're number 0. Bitch!
As I've told you before, there's only room for one winner in this family. You're still a loser, even if it's by the smallest margin. And there's no reason for a loser to exist.
My god, this guy is a prick.
This is all for your own good. Do you understand? Go on now. Receive your punishment for the sake of the family.
Yes, I understand. I'm sorry.
No wonder Hugo's such a twisted fuck.
That really brought up some unpleasant memories. It won't be long. Soon, it'll all be over.
On the other side after Hugo leaves. Proxy, you look like you have something to say. About that chosen one. Well, the truth is, we've always wanted the chance to work with you. Hugo said you're the best proxy he's ever met. The chosen proxy. In other words, chosen one.
Heh, fine, I believe you.
By the way, are you free now? If you're not busy, would you mind taking a walk with me outside? Anywhere is fine. Like a date. It's even playing a quality time
Thank you for
music.
escorting me here, Proxy. Today was quite eventful. If I were to head back now, I probably wouldn't be able to fall asleep. You're a child that only brings misfortune. People have been saying that about
I'm not gonna
me
lie,
for
I'm
a
kind of
long time.
mesmerized by the way her hair bounces.
I used to feel hurt and resentful. But now that I think about it, it's perfectly normal for people to react that way. Why do I only predict suffering? If I could predict happy things, joyful things, would people like me a little more? Maybe fate truly is set in stone. Often, I want to help these people avoid their miserable fates. For a time, I even thought that I was successful, that I could change people's destiny. But it was all an illusion. In the end, I couldn't do anything at all. So, I was really happy when you said that my abilities weren't a curse, but a gift.
Vivian just expert dumping right now.
Thank you, Proxy. I'm so glad to have met you. And you're also a fan of Lord Nathan. It's like we were fated to meet.
I nearly spit on my drink.
I
Fan
don't
of
know
Lord
why,
Nathan.
but I feel completely at ease when I'm by your side. I feel like I'm free from judgment, from blame.
We listen, and we don't judge.
Like, I don't need to worry about anything, and can just be my own true self.
I thought this was going to be a
Perhaps
romance
people
moment,
really
but
do
maybe
possess
not.
an aura.
See,
And ours just so happen to be extremely compatible.
the music that's playing plays when you have quality time with the agents, so you can invite them onto like a special, sort of like a date
By the
thing.
way, you asked me before about Hugo. I don't really know much about him. He rarely ever talks about his past.
Sometimes they are more like a sort of date, but most of the time it's just like two friends hanging out. Like, obviously I'm playing as Belle. I don't know if the dialogue will change between Belle and Wise, and the majority of the agents are female. But there's been moments where the female agent has said something that was suspiciously insinuating we was on a date.
But judging from his eye colors, you can guess he's probably the bastard son of a renowned family.
Bastard son. But yeah, it's like the quality time's good to, like, it you know, you learn more about the backstory when you go through these quality time events. You like hang out with them and do things they like to do. So like when I was doing the quality time with Sakaku, 9 times out of 10 we was just eating in random places. But then when you get so much of their trust meter filled, you unlock a special invite, like, for their story mission, which is like cutscenes like this sort of. You don't usually do any combat or anything, it's just running around and stuff. I think there might have been one where it was like, there might have been like a small fight, but most of the time it's just like a cutscene like this, and you learn like more about the backstory and stuff.
I think his mother was very worried about his different colored eyes, and even wanted to get rid of him at one point. But then his family offered a huge price and bought him off his mother for some reason. And just like that, he moved from a leaky and drafty boarding room to a luxurious mansion. But he's also mentioned that the extravagant home is actually like hell for him. I think it's probably because the family treats him terribly. I digress. He ran away and ended up meeting Lycon and his master.
He's Daddy.
After that, they formed Mockingbird together and experienced a rare period of happiness. Until Lycon's betrayal.
You know, all Hugo said is Lycon betrayed him, and all Lycon said it was Hugo's fault, but we don't actually know what the fuck happened yet.
So, what's your take on Hugo?
Unless it was just the fact that Hugo killed his family and Lycon disagreed with it and left, and that's why he thinks it's a betrayal.
I imagine I would still be wandering around now if I had never met him. To me, Hugo is just like an older brother.
Oh, that's
I've
kind of
always
sweet.
felt as though he's carrying some heavy burden with him. But that's a secret he's kept to himself. Something he'll never tell me. Sometimes when I look into his eyes, I can feel that he's really struggling with something.
Probably the edge not to bite someone because he's a vampire.
Even though he may say some extreme things, Hugo really isn't a bad person.
She's falling for the right-wing personality. No, you're gonna go down the rabbit hole.
I think one day
You're gonna
he'll
become
tell me
red-pilled.
his secret. Until then, I just have to wait. Wait and trust him.
After chatting for a while, you say goodnight to Vivian. It's getting late. Time to head back to a video store and get some proper rest. So, I think I will end it there because I know you have to get off soon anyway. You don't normally stay up past like a certain time because of work, and I'll pick it up another day, finish off this story and do the side missions. If I can be bothered, I'll do it tomorrow. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Much love and peace out. I probably will do it tomorrow, so I'll almost definitely catch you tomorrow if you're available. Peace, 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 peace.